Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hanging with Drum Boy Jones. And once again, I have my brother in arms with me, Mr. Jason Hawks.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. So we're going to go down tonight. He's done got me cracked up tonight. So we're going to do Aerosmith prior
To permanent vacation.
to Permanent Vacation. We're going to go Done with Mirrors backwards, and then we'll probably have a part two of Permanent Vacation onward.
If we don't do it next week, we'll do it.
Yeah,
For-
yeah. Because a lot of people consider it two different bands.
It is apples and oranges, yes.
Yep, it's apples and oranges. So,
It is. It's as different as Van Halen with Sammy or Rock. So
yeah,
it's that different. So
yeah. Yep. So, that's where we're going tonight, right after this. Brother Hawks, thank you, my friend, for
sir.
hanging out with me again tonight.
For having me.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hawksy's become my mainstay on this channel. We have a lot of fun doing this.
As much as we have not in common, we have as much in common also.
We do, don't
So
we?
yeah.
Because we was talking about that earlier. You're not a hair metal
No,
expert, and you're not a,
I used to say that I was a guru before you started hanging out.
Before the guru.
Before the guru, I used to say I was a music guru, but just anything.
Yeah.
But I consider myself a connoisseur
A
of
con-
fine music.
I like it.
Yeah, but it won't look good on a T-shirt. So
We could start making
it's
t-shirts.
good, yeah.
I like that. I like that. So,
And plus, I don't know how to spell connoisseur.
it's C-O-N sewer.
Sewer. It's like
Seal.
Ma Newer. It's Ma's good and Newer's good, so it can't be that bad.
Oh, fantastic. If anybody's had a chance to watch my episode with my other buddy Fryman, so if you put Chris Fryman in a room with Jason Hawks in a room, and like I said on the other show, I stroke out.
Yeah, Fryman's a fantastic dude. I don't get to see Fryman much because I don't get haircuts.
Right?
You know, but if I do get a haircut, it's Fryman.
It's Fryman, yeah. I like it. I like it. We might have a little something in the works with all three of us.
That's fine.
A round table type thing. Yeah. So tonight's discussion, which you guys know, will always go around and around and around, but we're going to attempt to do Aerosmith from beginning up to Done with Mirrors.
So 72,
73
73 to 85.
to 85. Yep. When you got a lot of people says that was the real Aerosmith. You got a lot of people that says that older Aerosmith, or not older, I guess you could say younger, the newest Aerosmith from Permanent Vacation on to the end of their career.
What is just push play? Is there something
No, I think Music from Another
Oh,
Dimension.
Yeah, that's right.
There were some hits and misses,
Yep.
but I grew up in the mid '80s, so this is going to be interesting because I love Permanent Vacation. My favorite Aerosmith album is Aerosmith Pump, in that genre, but we will go with that next time. So we're going to start. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. Aerosmith is, of course, everybody knows who Aerosmith is, but you have Steven Tyler vocals, one of the greatest frontmen ever. And I think
Still is.
and still is.
Still got it.
Joe Perry. Yep. You got Brad Whitford, rhythm guitar, and does some solos as well. And where I was going, you got Joey Kramer.
Right.
drummer, and Tom Hamilton bass.
Yeah.
Is the original 5 Aerosmith, and it's still the same today. However, the last tour or so they've done, Joey has stepped out of playing drums
They
live.
Joey wasn't with them. Joey Kramer wasn't with them. I saw them in Vegas.
You seen the Vegas
The
residency?
residency, right before COVID, so 19 probably.
Yeah.
Uh,
His drum tech done it. I
Yeah.
can't remember. John Douglas,
I think so.
I think was his name. John Douglas.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, they were still fantastic. I mean, they were, 70 years old then, so.
Yeah.
but
Which-
Still,
Which was also, side note, John Douglas was also Alex Van Halen's drum tech, and was also one of the ones that created the original, or the one that they sold, the Alex Van Halen Ludwig snare.
okay.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
So in 1973, the Bad Boys from Boston released their debut album, self-titled Aerosmith. So,
First song, What Make It?
make it?
I like it.
Yeah.
It was not, Aerosmith's what, contemporaries at the time were, you had Zeppelin Zeppelin was out and it was kind of this kind of music.
Mhm.
New York Dolls maybe. Kiss,
Yep.
which it was, it was different than,
Was Kiss even out? Was Kiss out in 73?
I want to think right at-
Right there?
right
Right in the
So,
thing. Yeah.
I'd have to go with that, but, we're going to do a Kiss podcast too, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
But this was so, I don't want to say above and beyond or whatever, like Cream and Hendrix. It wasn't, because it wasn't above and beyond. It was fresh, I guess, probably at the time, because, we weren't around. This is, you could tell this was going somewhere. This
Yeah.
record was going somewhere. I mean, it's got a lot of good stuff on it.
Yeah.
It's just, they were still figuring out who they were, just like everybody else, or almost everybody else. First record,
And Tyler's vocals,
he sounded like Kermit the Frog.
yeah, I mean, it was,
Yeah. He
he
changed,
wasn't Tyler yet.
right. Well, he did that. He changed the way he sang on purpose because somebody told him he sounded like Kermit the Frog.
Hmm.
But hi ho, he was singing Rainbow Connection, and everybody was like, "You sound like Kermit the Frog."
Kermit the Frog. Do you like bacon?
He loved bacon. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he loved bacon.
Oh, man. But, I mean, just look, I mean, Dream On,
Yeah.
of course.
Dream On is great. Dream
is-
On's one of the, I don't know that I ever actually learned it all, but it was one of the first things I plucked around on when I was trying to learn the guitar. So was Mama Ken.
Mama Ken,
Yeah, but
Moving Out,
moving out,
and Walking the Dog.
Walking the Dog. I'll say something about Walking the Dog. This is totally Aerosmith, which that's a cover.
Right.
I can't remember who did it first. It's
Right.
probably some doo-wop, 50s dude or whatever.
Yeah.
But everything is so sexual. Because this song wasn't about walking the dog
Yeah.
until Aerosmith got a hold of it.
Yeah.
This song is now about
Walking the
walking
Dog.
the dog. So, but you could say that about a lot of Aerosmith songs though, because they invented the whole innuendo.
Oh, yeah. Steven Tyler's.
Even some of it's not even innuendo. It's just straight out. Hey, this is a
Yeah.
song about sex or knuckles
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. And the lyricist that Steven Tyler is, he's so genius. I mean, he's so,
College genius.
yeah. But this one, the debut album, as of today, by Wiki, is 2 times platinum, 2 million
million.
copies.
At the time, this record did not sell good.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of Aerosmith stuff this week and tried to learn as much as I could that maybe I didn't know or maybe I just forgot. This album didn't sell good to start with. And, there's They played at the Max's Kansas City in New York. It's in New York for their showcase, and Clive Davis saw them and was totally blown away by them. This was before, this was 71, 72.
Yeah.
And they really hit it up, but, he wasn't exactly right to start with about Aerosmith because this didn't sell good.
Yeah. So, all right, let me ask you this. In today's world, which it looks like that this charted up at 21,
Yeah.
was the highest peaking chart of the Billboard 200. In today's world, this band might not even got a second album. At 21, they might have.
Yeah, maybe.
But
most successful bands now are self-promoted.
Yeah.
And, or the way I feel about it, you have very few, especially rock bands, Shinedown are still on Atlantic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah.
Who else is somebody major? Is Metallica still on Electric?
I think so.
But I don't know that.
I don't know that either, but I think so.
You got Smith and Myers or Whiskey Myers.
Whiskey Myers.
Blackberry Smoke. Blackstone Cherry are probably still on the major label.
Yeah.
But you got those kind of guys, Whiskey Myers, Blackberry Smoke, Cody Jinks. Almost everybody that's successful and plays. No, they're not on the radio.
Yeah.
None of those guys are on the radio, but they are all self-promoted and they do all their own merch sales and, they're getting all their money.
Yeah.
They're getting all of their money instead of having to split it with, the record companies getting,
Yeah.
50% of, or at least 50% of everything you sell.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What was it? I was watching a thing with on Kix' Singer's podcast. He's got a podcast now.
Yeah.
And he said, even in their heyday when they was on the road with Blow My Fuse and opening up for all that, he never made over $500 a week.
Really?
And after every record, he was even further in debt. They owed the record company $1 million for the album, the videos, and the cocaine. Yeah.
The drugs were allotted in the money that the record company gave them. Whatever, that's Aerosmith especially.
Yeah.
They had a drug budget.
Is that not insane?
Yeah. But anyway.
Well, Aerosmith probably went way over
We'll
budget.
go into that if we ever do the Damn the Torpedoes.
That would be cool. I'd like to hear that.
Tom Petty, was getting screwed and he set a precedent for people that for artists, the record companies were screwing everybody.
Yeah.
You're getting pennies on the record.
Yeah.
And Tom Petty was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'll file bankruptcy and y'all send me for a breach of contract, whatever.
Yeah.
And so he made it where the artists got finally what they were deserved because the record companies didn't need all that money. Not that the artists did, but that's the reason people bought the records. It's not because they were on MCA; it was because
of the name.
It was because of the band.
That's right.
So
yeah,
but that's a whole different story, and we'll get into that at a different time.
That's going to be interesting.
Also, I'll tell you another little Tom Petty tidbit. When Hard Promises is the next record after Down the Torpedoes, when it came out, they wanted to charge $9.99 for a record, the record company.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you're not. You're not doing it.
You're not charging that much.
And it was even years later before it was $10. So, that was 81, I think.
Yeah.
So and it was 8-9 years
$5.99, $6.99, something like that.
Right. So,
wow. And then when me and you started buying records all the time, I think most of them was $16.99, $17.99.
Are you talking about cassettes and stuff?
No, I'm thinking more along the CD era. Like in
the first record I ever
late
bought
80s
with my lawn mowing money or my allowance or whatever was Longbow Winter. So that was what, 88?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was, and everything else was like, uh, your mom got a Columbia house. You said, I want that and that.
Yeah.
You know, but, which I had a lot of Hank Williams Jr., stuff like that
Yeah.
at the time.
Right.
You know, my first record was Logo Winner that I paid
That
for.
you paid for.
Yeah.
Cassette.
Cassette,
So it was probably what, $7.99, $8.99,
probably. Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. Yep.
I always thought it was weird too, back when we were buying cassettes. You know, because back in the day, Walmart had a good selection, and that's the record store in town.
Yeah.
That was, you know,
Yeah.
and Walmart had a good selection of stuff. But I thought the clear, with the clear case and the clear cassette,
Yeah.
the clear ones.
Yeah.
I didn't want to buy the black cover, the black plastic.
And the white
and
cassette.
the black cassette. Ain't that stupid?
Yeah.
Which it didn't matter what it was.
And can you remember when, here we go down a rabbit hole. Can you remember when cassette players then had the auto where it would flip
Oh,
to
yeah,
the second
yeah.
side?
Uh-huh.
And then they had the little button where you could push it and it would forward to the next song?
Yeah.
Game changer.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Game changer.
My first paycheck when I had a real job was up here at the American Greek. Was my first paycheck. And it was like $22, like 200 little took some change.
Yeah.
You know. And of course, you're 16 years old in 1991. That's more money than Abraham Lincoln ever had, you know. And anyway, I go and I bought a rifle and a pocket knife and a Pioneer cassette player.
Nice.
And that was my whole pay. That was
That was a paycheck. Nice.
Bought a really nice stereo, Pioneer stereo,
Yeah.
that had the fast forward to the next song.
Yeah.
And a Marlin rifle, 22 rifle.
Wow.
In a case, I've still got the knife.
Yeah, I remember when
Everything
that come in, you could put a cassette in it
Yeah.
and go to bed, and it would play all night long,
Oh yeah.
just over and over and over.
Yeah.
That was, yeah. All right. What about? Did you have any pioneers in your dash? Some 6x9s or whatever, you know.
I
Back
had.
in the
You remember
dash
my
box.
cutlass? You remember the
I do,
gray
yeah.
cutlass I had?
Yeah.
I had some. It was a Pioneer stereo. No, not this time. But, you know, the individual.
Yeah, the component.
This component stereo, and it had two 12s and had some mids and some tweeters in it. And I took those two 12-inch boxes, and they fit perfect in the back of my cutlass. Right.
Yeah.
Put a little power amp, a little equalizer under the dash.
Yeah.
I think Rodney might have helped me put my
Put it in.
equalizer in. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, that was my.
Then you got dual cassettes, and we could start making copies of shit.
Oh yeah, but that was at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I still remember it was like that big, but it was only, you know, it wasn't a big monster boombox,
Yeah.
but it was right on the headband, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great times.
Yep.
Great times.
That's back when love bites and you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that time
Yeah.
that I had that in behind my head.
And then I remember, you know, I did get a component CD for Christmas one year, and I hooked it up to
Later
stereo later on.
Yeah.
And then I remember the first portable CD player I got would plug into the cassette
Oh,
deck
yeah,
in your car.
Yeah, and you hit a bump.
You hit a bump and it
start all
changed,
over.
but it was like, yeah. All right. So, like I said, guys, we always go down, we go everywhere. So that was 1973. So in 1974, so this is just 1 year later, I don't have the exact dates, but Get Your Wings comes out. And with Get Your Wings, you have Same Old Song and Dance, Lord of the Thighs, Spaced, Woman of the World, SOS, Train Kept a Rolling, Seasons of Wither, and Pandora's Box.
This is probably my favorite Aerosmith record. But this was the first one I had.
Yeah.
So maybe that's one. But this is the first Aerosmith record I had. Of course, I went back and got at Walmart, I'm sure.
Yeah.
the first one, and this. Toys and Attic.
See, my first, probably all of this, because where I grew up in the 80s, of course, I'd heard Sweet Emotion or
Oh,
Walk
yeah.
This Way. But, my first, really, I was Permanent Vacation. And I guess probably my first one was Aerosmith's Greatest Hits. And I was like,
Uh,
wow, this is cool,
I'm pretty sure that Permanent Vacation, yeah, I know, absolutely, beyond a doubt, Permanent Vacation's already came out by the time
Had done got these.
yeah, but by the time I bought these, Permanent Vacation was out.
Wow, that's cool.
Uh,
Because I did not. Permanent
that's what I'm
Permanent
saying, it was
Vacation.
out already
Yeah.
when I went back and bought
Oh,
these.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Permanent Vacation was out.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I probably didn't have this till I was, Get Your Wings. I'm going to say I got it when I know I had it when I was a freshman, so I was 14,
Okay. All right.
at least 14. But,
I was probably a little older. Let's see, because Permanent Vacation come out in 87, so I'd have been 15. So probably I was 16 or 17 before I got Aerosmith's Greatest Hits
okay,
and went and started going back.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. Get Your Wings might be my favorite. Depends what day it is, and we'll get on. We'll go through these,
Well-
but it's definitely in the conversation.
Same old song and dance, so great. Lord of the Thighs. It's another innuendo. It's not really, because he just comes, I'm the Lord of your thighs.
Exactly.
But, Space is great.
Yep.
War of the World's great.
Yep.
All this stuff's, a lot of these songs are about Joe Perry's wife, first of all.
Yeah, they didn't like her at all. did
No, well, Joe Perry did it.
they? Oh, Joe, yeah.
Yeah, I actually kind of think, I heard a lot of people say, I've watched several interviews from back, and they're at least 20 years old, from back in the day. This past weekend, trying to prepare myself.
Mhm.
But everybody thinks that Steven Tyler and the chick, I can't remember her name, Baby Buell. No, that's Liv Tyler's mom.
Yeah.
Anyway, the girl that Joe Perry was married to. Everybody thinks that that her and Tyler were in love with each other, or sometimes she was in love with him, but in love with Tyler, and sometimes he was in love with her. But that's just trying to soap opera everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just trying to make it Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
But anyway,
Well, there was a lot of coke going on. So
there
who
was
knows?
a lot, yeah, and I'm sure,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff happened. But I will get to Seasons of Wither. It's one of the best songs ever.
Yep.
And probably it's also one of the first things I wanted to play.
Really?
Yes. Which kind of, I wouldn't play it right at all. But I can say a lot of that about Aerosmith. Mama Kim was one of the first barcode songs I learned, which I had heard Guns N' Roses do that first.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's the first time I'd ever heard Mama Ken was on.
Yeah, which Mama Ken's not about some old woman. It's about your primal needs.
Yeah.
It's what keep in touch with Mama Ken is about that's another. If it's sex or your drug habit or your need to do whatever.
Yeah.
That's not about some old lady.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, Train kept a rolling.
Train kept a rolling.
As,
I don't remember who done it. I don't.
Yardbirds. Well, there
I
was
was in-
somebody else before Yardbirds too, actually.
Yeah.
But which this was Yardbirds with Jeff Beck and Jimmy Page, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's after Clapton. And it's the Yardbirds version was great. A lot the Yardbirds don't get enough mention. Everything's the Stones and the Beatles.
Yeah.
The Yardbirds were huge in the '60s. They were,
Yeah.
were one of the big four. If you want to,
Yeah.
if there's a big four of
Right.
British invasion,
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
one of the big four.
Those.
But yeah, they get overlooked now because they've forgotten.
Yeah.
And I guess everybody else went on to,
So
Jeff
much.
Beck went on to play with Rod Stewart and Jimmy Page, of course.
There's a little old band
There
called
was some band.
he was in.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't remember who they were, but anyway, you know, Seasons Wither's great. It's a great song to get inebriated to,
Yeah.
which there are a lot of Aerosmith songs that are.
That happened, right?
Yeah, yeah. Pandora's Box is great.
Yeah.
This is a great record.
Yep. And this one eventually sold 3 million copies.
Yeah.
So, you know.
At the time, it went gold pretty quick. They wasn't guessing whether they were going to have a record.
Yeah. They're starting to see that they got a band. But, you know, on the flip side, it only charted at 74, but it sold more records than the first.
Yeah. This was what, 74?
Yeah. They're putting out an album every year.
So, yeah, this kind of music was, and even at the time, Kiss wasn't this kind of music. Kiss was almost Beatlesque in the early years, you know, in the first 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
They weren't, you know, they weren't about Thunder yet. It wasn't,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it was
Still the first couple of records.
yeah. And of course, New York Dolls never did anything. I can't name New York Dolls.
I can't.
So I mean, but that's who I compared to her. But you know, you had Rod Stewart wasn't this hard, wasn't this heavy.
Yeah.
That was Rod Stewart was big at the time. Who else? Elton John. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Clapton, whatever. You know, there weren't Boston and Journey yet right now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
74.
Yeah.
So, you know, they were getting into their own and creating a whole new monster. Because, you know, a lot of people compare the Aerosmith to the Stones. And maybe because of Keith Richards and Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
But, and you've got Joe Perry and
And
Steven Tyler.
Tyler. Yeah.
And maybe it's just the lips.
It might be the lips. Yeah. Yeah.
But, Stones had a attitude,
Yeah.
and Aerosmith took it to another level.
Yeah.
And
They truly were the bad boys.
And the Botchers, whatever.
Yeah.
They're the OGs American band that got away with all that.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Sort of started that road.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a
Yeah.
Motley Crue for sure if there wasn't an
absolutely
Aerosmith.
not. No.
You know.
But there wouldn't be a lot of stuff that wasn't for Aerosmith.
That's right.
Even softer and heavier.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Hetfield, I saw him in an interview, and when he started playing, he wanted to be Joe Perry. You know,
Yeah.
Of course you did. Who didn't want to be
Yeah.
Joe Perry?
So had the cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He was the man. Yeah. You know. All right. The next year, I mean, we're cranking them out year after year
To pay for the drugs.
to pay for the drugs. And next one coming up is, at the time, is their biggest album
Oh yeah,
ever.
yeah.
I shouldn't say ever because I don't know if Permanent Vacation Pump done this kind of numbers, but it was probably I don't know, so I'm not going to second guess. But
I still say it was one.
yeah.
So
This is by far their biggest album.
Pump was more commercial, but there was a lot more platforms for it to be commercial.
Yeah,
You know, you had MTV was huge when Permanent Vacation Pump and Get a Grip came out.
yeah,
Which what you had FM radio in 1955.
yeah. As
And word of mouth, and let's go see this new band called Aerosmith. We're party at the Moon Tower tonight.
Yeah.
And in the morning, we're going to go get Aerosmith tickets.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So in 1975, Aerosmith released Toys in the Attic. And like I said, this one was certified 9 million copies.
Yeah.
It reached number 11 on the Billboard charts. But listen, you know, Toys in the Attic, Uncle Salty, Adam's Apple, Walk This Way, Big 10 Inch.
Yeah.
Sweet Emotion, No More, No More, Round and Round, You See Me Crying.
It's so awesome.
You know,
These songs are better than the songs on Get Your Wings.
yeah,
Of course, they're just improving they're just honing
Yeah.
their craft, you know.
Yeah.
They're solid, dude. This is a masterpiece.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the three biggest hits they've ever had is off this record: Toys in the Attic, Walk This Way, Sweet Emotion.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's also good.
it is so good.
No More, No More is so great. Yeah.
Yeah, great song.
Found my horse a cat, dude.
So good.
I love it.
So
You See Me
good.
Crying is great.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. I heard some such and such
Okay.
that Dream On's the first power ballad. And it may be, but what Stairway to Heaven
That's what I was fixing. When Stairway to Heaven would come out.
after I guess after I think maybe 7 when Led Zeppelin that's on 4.
Yeah.
Oh, we'd have to look, but anyway,
That very well could
it
be considered the first.
Uh,
You know, unless you wanted to dig that. Well, the Eagles was even after this, right?
I don't consider that's a different kind.
Is it just
that's
'cause it more
the
folky,
Eagles are a rock band, and Aerosmith's a hard rock.
yeah. Okay.
I mean, that's the difference between. Okay, I heard Roth on something one time say, everybody loves pizza, you know, but if you're talking about rock and roll is not pizza because you can say I love pizza, but if you say I love rock and roll, you talking with me or you or which slice of that are you eating?
Yeah.
You know.
Good point.
And that's probably the only thing Roth ever said that I agree with. But anyway, yeah, I mean, there's so much different. I mean, I consider Prince rock artist, you know,
Yeah.
even though it's a little R&B,
Yeah.
or a lot of R&B, it's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
Prince is awesome. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's tangent.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You're exactly right, and you know, and a lot of people wouldn't consider Prince rock and roll. They'd consider him pop.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true too.
You know, but I you know, I
But
mean,
pop is
is rock.
abbreviated popular, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what's popular? Rock music's always been pretty popular.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
anyway, I don't care about album sales. You know that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But,
I just like to bring them up to
Oh,
because I look at it.
oh, I know.
So right there, you're
I mean,
at
it's
2.5.
proof. It's proof that there's a lot of people like us.
Yeah.
That's the thing with album sales.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're
But
getting
as far as like Whitney Houston, I don't care.
That
it's-
sold
Yeah, that's
200 million records
Yeah.
or what? Yeah. I got you. Same
even
way.
Thriller. I don't care. Thriller's the biggest. Record
You bought
ever.
it because I did because at that time you was a kid and you listened
Oh
to
yeah,
popular radio or you know whatever. But
yeah.
you know. So the following year, 1976, comes what a lot of people says is Aerosmith's best record they ever done, and it's Aerosmith Rocks. It sold
is.
4
It
million
is good.
copies, and so the last three records, Rocks, Toys in the Attic, and Get Your Wings. Depends what day it is on which one I like better. I always lean towards Get Your Wings, but there's days I'm like, damn, I don't know, that's good. So let's go through that right quick.
Okay,
Back in the Saddle,
love it.
Last Child, Rats in the Cellar,
Yeah.
Combination, Sick as a Dog, Nobody's Fault, Get the Let Out, Licking a Promise, and Home Tonight. There's not a bad song in the
No,
bunch.
not even kind of. Back in the Saddle, Scott, Joe Perry had found a 6-string. It's a guitar, but it's a bass. It's a 6-string bass, and that whole Back in the Saddle. And plus, it's got
Yeah.
the whole song.
Yeah.
And it's not Joey Kramer. It's just some dude sitting there with a,
Yeah.
anyway. But
Guarantee you it's Steven Tyler.
probably
Yeah.
playing a
Something.
cardboard box or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Back in the Saddle's great. Last Child's in my top 3 Aerosmith songs.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Yeah. It's
It's
fantastic.
fantastic. I mean, it's why, but I mean, what can you say about Last Child's also
Last
got
Child.
Brad Whitford plays the bass or plays the lead.
The lead.
Yeah, and
Which he wrote that, didn't he? Him and Tyler wrote Last Child.
oh yeah, but the whole groove is so great. Yeah.
Which, interesting note, Brad Whitford.
Oh yeah.
We're a little bit south, north of Nashville, and I say this a lot of times. We're north of Nashville. But Brad Whitford lives within 25 miles of us right here and right now. I'm not going to, for privacy's sake, say where and where he lives because it's nobody's business, but he's really close.
He's closer than I ever thought.
When I found, yeah, Rodney, my buddy, has, and the reason I know this is he's done work on his house.
Yeah.
And he went and he was like, oh my God, because Rodney knows his stuff.
Yeah.
And he knew exactly who he was.
There are several name brand musicians within which most of them are country, all of them.
Yeah,
except
yeah.
for Brad Whitford, within a stone's throw.
Yeah,
You know,
it's crazy everybody's moving up this way.
I understand totally. It's a great place to be, but
I go by his house every day waiting to see if he'll check his mail. Because if he does, I'm pulling over.
oh yeah,
I'm pulling over.
right.
Oh, gosh. All right, so that
There was
was,
something I wanted to say about.
sorry,
When this was on Toys Mac, I wanted to say something about Tom Hamilton. Maybe one of the best bass players that nobody knows. Like, if you're a music guy, you know who Tom Hamilton is. You know, but Tom Hamilton's not a household name.
yeah.
Golly, he's a great bass player. Okay.
Just on,
If just for Sweet Emotion.
Sweet Emotion
nothing
only.
else,
Yeah.
and nothing else. But golly, he's good. He's the man.
And he got really, really sick.
Yeah.
You see him now, and he almost don't look like the same person.
Right.
But he's still kicking, and that's awesome. And if you had a chance, if you've not, go on YouTube, and the Joe Prairie project's out right now. It's him and Brad Whitford. Stone Temple Pilots bass player is playing. Robinson. I said it right, didn't I? Robinson of the Black Crows is singing. It's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
really, really good. I would go see it if it comes into Nashville. Since Brad lives around here, why don't he just, do a show before
Right.
yeah. So here's one that comes up next. This is 1977. So we're still putting out records every year.
Yeah.
And this is the one that I sort of have let slip my memory. I don't listen to it. I don't think I've ever listened to it a lot. But it's 1977, Aerosmith, Draw the Line.
Okay, I'll say something that I probably shouldn't have said about Shinedown. That their music suffered without the drugs. This record started to show the drugs.
Yeah.
Even though there's 3 or 4 songs on Draw the Line I absolutely love.
Yep.
But it got, maybe I shouldn't have said that about Shinedown because it disturbed the process with Aerosmith
Yeah.
a lot. Draw
Well,
the Line is great.
I was excited. The song Draw the Line, you was talking about one of your top 3 Aerosmith songs. Draw the Line is probably at least in my top 5 or 6. I just like the drums. Just
Yeah.
I just like it. Kings and Queens.
Kings and Queens. If we have to do, it's going to be in the top 5 if I have to do it. If I have to do it, top 5. It could be tomorrow my favorite. Today it's Seasons Good. You know.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it could be Sweet Emotion or Last Child or whatever. You know whatever. But Kings and Queens is great. That's that's such a departure for them. Because it's almost
Dun, 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 dun.
it's almost got a prog rock feel.
It does, yeah.
And you know, even the subject matter is about kings and queens.
Yeah.
It's about French Revolution or whatever.
Yeah.
And
You know Tyler's coked up on that.
oh God, yeah.
So, but yeah, draw the line. I want to know why. Critical Mass is okay.
Critical Mass is all right.
Get it up. Bright Light Fright. I don't even know. But yeah, anyways, Kings and Queens, The Hand That Feeds, Sight for Sore Eyes, and then the old blues, Milk Cow Blues. But there was 2 or 3 on there because I was like, damn, I forgot how good a couple of these songs were. But overall, and it did. But it did chart to number 11, and it sold 2 million records.
Yeah.
And
This
so-
was their heyday, though. This was
yeah,
right before. I would say between Toys and Attic and this record, they were as big as they ever were in the 70s.
Mhm.
You know, that was their appetizer. That was their.
and they had already, because I didn't print off all the live records. You had live bootleg. You
Yeah.
had
Oh, I love
Classics
live
Classics
bootleg.
Live 2,
And
Greatest Hits 2. That might have been on out a little bit.
So good. Which
God.
we can just skim over. We ain't got to mention the songs wrong.
Yeah,
But, you know, I've always said Night to Night's my favorite live record.
yeah.
Live bootlegs probably. It's right up there.
It's
What else? One of S&M, the first S&M record was pretty good.
the Metallica S&M. Is that the one with the orchestra?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty powerful.
yeah, and it's
That's pretty good.
that was 98 probably.
Yeah,
somewhere. But that don't even matter. But
Late '90s, early 2000s.
I'd have to really study on making a compilation of my favorite live records. But live bootleg is
Because typically, I'm not a
So
big
let's-
fan of live records, unless it hits you like I
Well,
said, 9 to 9,
here's
Silver
that
or
too. Here's that too. The thing, like Kiss Alive was recorded in a studio and they put the screener on the top of it.
right.
So, and I even think Cheap Trick
Budokan?
is that way.
Really,
I think so. But you can read all kinds of
all
whatever
this stuff.
on the
Yeah,
internet, so probably both of them are actually live. But
Yeah.
somebody's just mad at Kiss and Cheap Trick.
Yeah,
So they put
yeah.
it on the internet.
yeah.
But Kiss Live, the first live record's one of them. And the third one. I don't know.
A Kiss.
Yeah.
Oh, Kiss Alive 3 is fantastic.
I think so.
That's my favorite Kiss Alive
Yeah.
record, and everybody's like, "Are you serious?" But that's when I grew up.
That's the one with, I love it.
That was
Loud
on the
was
Revenge turd.
Yeah.
The Revenge turd.
On the turd. Revenge. We're not talking about Kiss.
Yeah, yeah. So now we're going to jump from 77 to 79. We're going to jump 2 years because this is when the coke really started. I'm sure it's coke, heroin, it was everything.
Whatever. If it'll lay still long enough, I'm going to snort it.
Yeah, right. And then comes Night in the Ruts, 1979. And just looking, just real quickly. Now, I was fixing to say it's probably their worst record sales ever, but it's not. That comes later. But Night in the Ruts did sell 1 million copies. It did chart at number 14. To me, this album is pretty much forgettable.
They're, no surprises. All right.
Yeah.
Remember Walking in the Sand is so freaking.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's what we was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it's a cover, the Shangri-La's or Chandeliers.
The Shangri-La's.
But it's a cover from like '64. It's a girl group, and they kill it. It's an absolute gem of this record.
Yeah.
Which Aerosmith had a lot of covers. They did.
They did do several.
A lot of covers. There was a lot of them maybe just on Pandora's on the box set.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the Beatles, or they've done a couple Beatles covers.
That Pandora's box was so good.
So good. I wore that out 3 times.
No, I'm not. I'm sorry. Yes, that's good too. But I remember when the Box of Fire come out and had the matchstick.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that was so good.
That's the first. All these records,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Is that right?
yeah. I think it was
before
from
Permanent
Dome.
Vacation.
Yeah, is the whole.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this is the Columbia years?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they went to what? Geffen. That's right. So, I don't know. I even tried. I tried to listen to Mia because I was like, well, that's his daughter, and
all right.
it's okay. I just.
But yeah, they did come together. They did Doors. What was the Doors song? Love Me Two Times.
But yeah.
Which Big 10 Inches of cover. Rattlesnake or not Rattlesnake.
Let me ask a question. You just mentioned that. So I'm going back through here. You just piqued my interest. Was Come Together not on one of these records? Did I not print something off? Because you just said that, and I was like, we've not
I
mentioned
know
that.
it's on
I mean, it's
Pandora's
on.
box.
Yeah, and it was a huge
They did
hit.
Helter Skelter also.
Yeah, huge hit. But somebody can comment and say, Jones, you're a dumbass. But I'm sitting here going, well, Rock and the Hard Place next. It's on that. Dome of Mirrors, it's not on that.
I want to think it was probably around.
Google
the
that
time,
bitch.
I'm going to think it was probably around the time of Toys About It. And maybe it's on a deluxe version or something.
It was on the greatest hits, right?
Yeah,
We're right, dude. By this, it says Aerosmith covered the Beatles' Come Together in 1978 for the soundtrack of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Yeah.
Their version, produced by Jack Douglas and George Martin, was a successful single that reached number 23 on the Billboard 100 and was later included on their 1980s Greatest Hits compilation. I was like, I was like, now that you know,
Yeah.
I don't know why it just hit me. I was like, what album was it? Because I've always heard it, but it was Greatest Hits.
and actually, you still probably hear that more than the Beatles.
Yeah, you do.
Honestly,
Yeah, you do.
if you listen regularly.
So the recording of Night in the Ruts. So Tyler and Perry started having their issues, and I don't even really think, if I'm not mistaken, that Joe Perry actually finished this record. He might have, but I was trying to think, but I honestly think that they had already brought in
You know what?
either Crespo,
Yeah.
I think, to fill in. I don't know, but anyway, so that was in 79.
Do you know why Joe Perry left?
It was the fight over the wife, right?
Yeah, over somebody, one of the wives. I don't know if it was Perry's wife or Tom Hamilton's wife or Brad Whitford's wife or whose wife. It was one of the Yokos. Dropped something on one of the other Yoko's foot.
Yeah.
And at the time, the interviews and stuff I've watched and read about, it was like walking on eggshells. Nobody's talking to anybody backstage.
Right.
They were just, and Tyler was mad at Joe Perry because he wouldn't share his drugs. Stupid. Just,
Well, I'd always heard that Tyler gave Perry an ultimatum that she's got to go or you got to go.
Yeah.
I'd always heard that, but I don't know if that's true.
Well, it was the whole deal with one of them and the wives, was a cat fight. But Joe Perry's left because of the wives. The wives couldn't get along.
Yeah.
So The Yokos. You can leave the Yokos in if you want to.
And so at that time, Whitford gets an opportunity. Whitford's fed up too,
Yeah.
and he gets an opportunity to start
They're with Whitford St. Holmes.
Whitford St. Holmes, which is a damn good record.
Oh yes, great.
And so then Aerosmith is stuck with replacing both guitar players, which is Jimmy Crespo and Rick Buffet,
Yeah.
and release Rockin' a Hard Place. And Lightning Strikes is on that.
It's so Spinal Tap.
It is, isn't it?
The whole deal. I mean, you've seen Spinal Tap.
Oh, yeah.
100
Yeah.
times, probably.
Yeah.
It's so Spinal Tap with Derek St. Hubbins' wife or girlfriend or whatever. It's so, she's going to be their manager now or whatever. But Nigel Tufnell gets mad because she's the manager. And I'm sure that's probably where those guys got the idea was from Aerosmith.
From Aerosmith, yeah.
But, it's so Spinal Tap.
It is.
They touring without Nigel, and he gets up, he's like pointing at him off the side of the stage at somewhere, and he's like, "Come on up," and then everything's all great again.
And yeah, it's all about.
Anyway, these go to 11.
This one's 11. Why
Don't
not
look
10?
at it. Don't look. Don't point at it.
Why not 10?
These go to 11.
It's one louder. Fantastic. Yeah. So Rockin' Hard Place comes out, and I think everybody will probably agree. I like Lightning Strikes, and the rest of this is pure garbage.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't like it. I know people says they like some of it. I don't. You lost Whitford. You lost Perry. And this,
It's like-
by record sales, this is only went gold, 500,000 copies.
This would be like losing McCartney and Lennon, and still Ringo and George Harrison trying to have a band.
Yeah,
That's what this amounts to.
yeah, yeah.
Or it's, for us anyway, this is as big a deal for us as if the two main guys left the band.
And that's not downplaying Tyler, because Tyler is still on this, and Tyler's
Right.
a genius, and Tyler writes. I'm assuming Tyler writes probably 90%, maybe
Of the
95% of the lyrics,
Yeah.
and a lot of the arrangements and
Yeah.
stuff. But Whitford and Joe Perry is the heart.
They are. There's not another two guitar attack that's on par with that. Which that's my opinion. I mean, of course you've got there's a lot of great bands, a lot of guitar players, but there's no you can't touch Joe Perry.
And they both I don't know, they're always doing something completely different,
For the biggest
and
part, it's all
yeah.
They're not doing the same thing at all.
Yeah.
Which that's a rock thing instead of a metal thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the metal, if you've got two guitars in a metal band, you're playing the same thing.
You're playing,
Yeah.
picking it up a little bit. All right. So we're going to end this one with 1985's Done with Mirrors. This was their attempt of a comeback.
Yeah.
So, they'd been gone for 3 years. They got, Whitford and Joe back.
Yep.
And this was going to be their big comeback record. And
it could have been.
It could have been, but the drugs was.
Still all of they were still tore up.
Chuck loves this record.
I don't hate it. I just don't. I don't love it.
The first two records, Let the Music Do the Talking, My Fist in Your Face. That's pretty much what I like on it.
Me too.
I was. So this is 85. When did Permanent Vacation come out? 86 or 87?
I want to think 87.
87, right? It was. So the band's out of control. They're trying to make a comeback with the original band, and they're just too smashed. They just can't. It's over. And we'll pick up.
Who was the intervention for? They had an original intervention for
Was it?
It was either Steven Tyler or Joe Perry.
I would almost say it was Tyler, but I don't know that for sure.
And he was, and whoever it was, they were like, "Why are you telling me to go to rehab?
Yeah.
Why are you telling
Yeah.
me?" You know,
You do just as much as I do.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, if the Aerosmith saga is over right there, you know you got 12 years and a crap load of songs,
yeah,
and they would still almost be considered one of the.
but they would have been like Creedence Clearwater or who's another 70s band? It would have been like Kansas or something.
Yeah, yeah,
You know.
yeah, good band. They just
Just physical. And I'm not saying that those bands are bad bands. I'm just saying
yeah.
that's classic rock when we were still 15.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. Where we'll move to next, whether we do it on the next show or another show coming up, is the controversy. Some people say that, like I mentioned before, some people say Aerosmith didn't become Aerosmith until they blowed up with Permanent Vacation. It's a hell of a success story.
Oh, it is. It's absolutely.
But like I said, it's apples
But
and oranges.
Let's just go ahead and talk about, if we know enough about it. If we don't, we got it out too.
Okay.
The Run DMC thing.
Yeah. Honestly, that's probably what.
That turned, how many copies of Toys of the Attic sold because of.
And they all bought it and said, "This ain't what I'm hearing on radio." Yeah.
Anyway, but still, I mean, people forgot about Aerosmith almost probably till Run DMC,
Oh.
and might have been one of the biggest.
And that's probably what started the rap rock, right? Maybe, or was that Black Betty?
I have a thing that it's Charlie Daniels.
Charlie Daniels.
The whole Devil Went Down to
Devil
Georgia.
Went Down to Georgia is. You're right.
But that's not the same. But there was a whole lot of stuff. If it wasn't for Aerosmith, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
And even, that transcends generations and genres and whatever.
It does.
You know, the whole, there's like 500,000 hair metal bands that wouldn't have been famous if it hadn't been for Aerosmith. Which,
Nicky Sixx had his pinstripe suit.
that's true. Yeah, Tyler was the first pinstripe suit.
And the bandanas on the
On the
mic stands. Yeah. I mean, Aerosmith is a icon institution, and we've only went through the beginning.
Yeah.
And
there's more career after this than what we've got.
Oh yeah, we're only sort of scratching the surface.
Yeah.
Like I said, some people says that Aerosmith was over after that record, but we'll go into that next time, right?
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, because then it's going to be getting into when I got introduced to Aerosmith.
Right. Which
all this I went backwards.
Me too.
Because of just my age.
Right, of course.
I remember when Dream On come out. I was just one, and I was in the crib.
Yeah. They re-released that.
They did on that
75 or so.
Oh, did they?
A few when they started having success.
I was thinking they re-released it. Remember that time on that video show where Steven Tyler was floating down on the piano?
Yes, I did.
And that was.
Which, a lot like Eminem, speaking of rap rock, Eminem did some kind of version of Dream On.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which, Eminem's not really rap rock at all. He just sampled
Yeah.
Dream On.
Yeah.
I want to think Dream On's probably the first thing I knew. I was like, that's Aerosmith. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it was Dream On. It might have been Angel.
Yeah.
At the time, because Angel was already. And what else is on Permanent Vacation?
Dude looks like a lady.
Dude looks like a lady. Yeah. But
mine definitely was Walk This Way with Run DMC.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that might be. Yeah, that's probably it.
Because that video just blowed up, and
Right.
that's when we first had MTV. And
Yeah.
it's like, who are these people?
Yeah.
So this would have been 83. So, I mean, I think it was somewhere around 83, 84. But I was still only 11, 12 years old when that came
Walk
out.
This Way?
Yeah.
It might have been a little later. That was after.
Maybe if it's 85.
That was after Dome Mirrors. So it was 85.
So, yeah,
So it
85.
might have been
85, 86. Yeah. Awesome. This has been a good conversation.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it very much. So who knows what we'll do next, but we will be doing a part 2 of this.
Yeah.
Promise. Had a good time.
How many times you seen Aerosmith?
Oh my gosh. Of course, I seen them twice on Permanent Vacation. Seen them on Pump. I seen them twice on Get a Grip. I seen them every time they came up until, so I've probably seen them 10 times.
Okay.
Somewhere in that ballpark.
I want to say twice.
Last time I seen them was at Music from Another Dimension.
Okay.
And they was here. Actually, I think me and Lori and Gabe went. I think we took Gabe to that too.
What was the April Fool?
Oh, Permanent Vacation. So yeah, I'll tell this story. If I'll tell it again, we do it, the other
Okay.
one. But it's still first time I ever went to see Aerosmith here at Nashville at Municipal Auditorium. Permanent Vacation is on April 1st, 1987.
Okay.
White Line opened up for them. White Line had just sort of
That's
hit it
what I
big
was
with Weight
wondering
and all
about.
that. So White Line comes out and plays, and I was there practically to see White Line because they was the big thing right then, and it was really good, really good. And you know how the curtains closed and all that stuff. Didn't think nothing about it. You know, it was me and Fryman went. Might have been somebody else. I apologize if I left you out, but I know it was me and Fryman. We was pretty much on the front row of the upper level
Oh,
at 12 o'clock at Municipal.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the house lights went down and the announcer come over and they said, due to technical difficulties tonight, Aerosmith will not be able to perform. And I mean, the place just boo. They was throwing beer cups and pizzas, and they was throwing, I mean, just tortured, and the string was up.
Yeah.
And the lights were still on. I apologize. The lights were still on, and the lights shut off. And you hear Tyler in the background go, "April Fool, motherfuckers!" And he does that,
Yeah.
and it dropped.
You remember the first song?
I don't.
Okay.
I need to. It probably is not.
But
Fryman,
it doesn't matter. I just
Fryman probably
Yeah,
knows.
he probably
Probably, Fryman knows everything. So I'm bad with that. I couldn't tell you what songs
I
they
only
played.
saw them twice, and that was when they toured with Aerosmith. Was that Honkin' on Bobo? Was that record?
When's that?
It was at Starwood with Kiss.
Oh, with Kiss, I think it was Honkin'
And
on
it's
Bobo.
live. And I think it was Honkin' on Bobo.
It was either Honkin' on Bobo or the one right before it, which would have been the one with Jaded.
Nine Lives.
No, after Nine Lives.
Anyway,
Had the pink cover. Nine Lives is a good
I
record, by
think
the way.
so too. Yeah.
Um,
But we'll get into that.
yeah. My brother,
Love you, dude.
love you as always. This has been a fantastic time. Thank you guys for watching mine and Hoxie's goofy stuff, and we appreciate it. Much love. Don't be a dick. Be good to one another. God bless. See you next time.